Hi, this is Lee Solden. Video 61A. It's for helping to teach you Mandarin. I'm going to say some tone marks. Get pick one word. How about ear? Doesn't matter. Pick the word ear. It's one syllable word. I usually have my student pick some word, and I'd say it in the various tones. Then I quiz them on it, see if they can catch what tone I'm saying. But that's not how I'm teaching them the tones. I'm only giving them the understanding of what a tone is, and then they got to go do the ear tuning. Once they see the tone marks, they know how they go. So, what is a tone? It's a change in pitch, but it's not any definite pitch we're talking about. We're talking about relative to each person's voice. So if a person has a certain natural voice range, top of their voice range, bottom of their voice range, middle of their voice range, let's say mine is hi, kind of high, whiny, hi, kind of up there, right? And I don't like something, ugh, ugh, that's kind of low, right? Ugh, hi, kind of high, kind of low, and just normal like this. That's okay. So there's first three you got to learn. Mind you, you're going to be doing the ear tuning to all of them. But the first thing I expect to happen is pretty quickly. When they say when they say anything in a low tone, you're going to know it. And if they say anything in a high tone, you're going to know it. Now, once you got that pegged, what the high ranges and the low ranges, then I'm going to have you really concentrate on listening to when they just simply say, hi. Oh, wait, my word was ear, wasn't it? Ear. Okay. But that tone 5, which is just right in the middle of the voice range, ear, it's got to be said quickly. It's just ear. Whereas, excuse me, oh boy. Okay. Had to sneeze. I paused that for a moment. Okay. So here, I'm going to say ear in a high tone. Ear. It's probably more than too high, right? But I'm going to exaggerate it so you'll get the idea. So my high, I'm going to say it high. Ear. That's tone 1, way up there. And that's the upward, excuse me, that's the straight line. Why is it a straight line? Because it's a steady tone. It doesn't change its pitch, it just stays high. Ear. And it's long, it's a full beat. Ear. Whereas if I say ear, half beat in the middle. only the middle one, tone 5, is said with the half beat. Now, there is no such thing as a tone 5 tone mark in Mandarin. If there's no tone, then it's just automatically tone 5. It's just normal if there's no tone. Well, but my ear tuning syllables, I mismarked it with the number 5. Ear, tone 5. Ear, exaggerated, tone 1. Ear, more natural, tone 1. Ear, tone 3. What I use for tone 3? Well, I use something just like a little upside down hat over shift 6 on the keyboard. It works. The real ones, the Mandarin, they use it. It's flipped around from what I use, but I'm using it as a tone mark. Okay, later on, you're going to find there's a good reason for this. Well, convenience is one thing, but when you see this in my ear tuning syllables, it's a definite 100% certainty that it's. Mm, but in actuality, when you see a tone 3 in Mandarin Pinyin, you're going to notice that because there's rules, but you can't say 2 consecutive tone 3s unless there's a pause between them. Then you can. And if there's a pause, then a tone 3 goes to a tone 3 bouncy. Now, tone 3, something they call it the bouncy tone, but it's a misnomer. It's misnamed because tone 3 is just. Oh, wait, my word for the day. Okay. But tone 3s do go to bouncy when it's the end of the sentence or just for a comma or any other pause in the sentence, okay? So I've described tone 1, ear, or just ear. Tone 3, ear, or more like ear, kind of low, ear. Purposely a little bit lower than just ear, 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 ear. Okay, so you got tone 1, ear, ear. Tone 5 right in the middle, ear, a little lower. Okay. Now, once you've gotten used to those 3 tones, now you look at the dynamic ones. There are 3 dynamic ones where, in other words, the pitch actually moves as as it's being spoken. So the syllable will start out at say mid range and go up. And this is anyway, tone 2 called the rising tone, and it's represented by a forward slash. So you think of it as a rising slope, right? So it starts, but there is a rising tone and a falling tone, but they're not opposites of each other. They're not opposites. Yeah, one rises and one falls, but there's a difference. Tone 2 is less dramatic because it starts in the middle and just goes to the top. So we'll get back to my word for the day. Ear would be tone 5. Ear is a tone 1. Okay, if it goes from 5 up to 1, that's a tone 2 because it rises, right? Here we go. Ear, okay, ear, ear, ear. Now, if I don't put so much emphasis on it, maybe just ear, okay, ear, just a little bit of a rise, ear, ear, ear. Now, that, when spoken fast, you might not catch. Matter of fact, even if someone's just saying a common phrase or just a couple of words in Mandarin, you still may not hear the fact that the pitch started in the middle and went high. After you have gotten used to the top of the range, the 1s, the bottom of the range, the 3s, and then you know where the middle is, one of the next thing you start picking up, you'll actually hear that pitch change. Not a whole lot of ear tuning exercises to the Mandarin tones. You'll hear that pitch change. Even when it's at full speed, you'll hear that pitch change. You'll actually hear the tone being spoken, starting with ear. Slow motion. Ear. Okay. You'll notice it starts in the middle and goes to the top. That's what I'm trying to train your ear in for. And if you can hear exactly what pitches a Mandarin speaker is making, then you can start reproducing them yourself eventually. Now, we'll get into that some other time about how Natural language acquisition says you listen to something long enough, you start being able to reproduce it. Well, you have to be able to hear it correctly for a long time. Then you start automatically reproducing it, right? So don't worry too much about speaking it. You need to hear it. So that's why I have you do these ear tuning exercises and surrounding yourself with several hours of Mandarin in the background. As far as that goes, that's like any other language, putting it in the background. There is a slight difference. It does take longer overall to tune into Mandarin because there is 2 steps. First, you ear tune to the tones. Later, and you add in the rest of the syllable, the content, the vowel and consonant content of the syllable. So, with all that said, oh, I didn't cover everything yet. Okay, wait a second. Covered tone 1, ear. Tone 2, ear. Tone 3, ear. Didn't do 4 yet. 5, ear. Oh, we didn't do 3B, 3 bouncy. Okay, let's do 3 bouncy. This is the one you'll pick up right after you've pegged the ear and ear and ear. Next thing you're going to pick up probably is that 3B. You're going to hear them. Okay, 3B, it starts out in the middle. It ends in the middle, but then right in the midst of the syllable, it dips low. So it kind of goes like ear, ear, ear. So in the middle, it's but in the start and the end, it's ear, ear, but in that middle is ear. Okay, ear. Okay. So this is not a very dramatic tone because it both starts and ends in the middle, but you can kind of tell it's not a steady tone. And you'll start realizing what's going on. You'll actually hear the tone dip. Okay. Well, we call kind of 3B in my tone marks. The last one you usually pick up is tone 4 because it's the falling tone, but it falls farther than tone 2 rises, twice as far, in fact. Tone 2 starts in the middle, goes to the top. That's goes through half the voice range, right? It's a little harder to pick up versus a 1 or a 3, which are steady tone. A 5 is a steady tone. Okay, it's only half a beat, so that makes it a little trickier to pick up by. But then you get the more dynamic ones, the 3B, which is a bouncy tone. Then you go on to the 2, which is somewhat dynamic because it starts in the middle, goes to the top. And then you get tone 4, last one you're going to hear correctly. Might be the one you notice the most right away because it's the most dramatic of the tones. Because it's such a quick pitch change, but you're not going to actually hear the pitch change right away until you've been doing a lot of these ear tuning exercises to the tones, okay? So here, it's going to start out all the way to the top. This is describing tone 4 here, all the way to the top. Here, it's going to end up. I mean, it's going to, so it's going to start. And before it ends, before you're done saying ear, it's going to be all the way down the bottom. So, ear, ear. Now you might already notice that's quite a dramatic compared to the rest of them. Ear, 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 ear. So starting up there toward the top and down and dropping. I'm going to exaggerate it. Ear. Okay, ear. Okay, and because it's such a fast, all these tones are the same length except 5. So the pitch change occurs over the same amount of time. So it's going to be a little harder to catch that much of a pitch change that occurs on that tone 4. Okay, so once you start catching it, hey, next step is you don't stop your tuning to tones, but then you it's okay to start ear tuning to the rest of it, the rest of the content of the syllable, okay? And so next, I'm going to say the syllables. First, these are the ear tuning syllables. These start at the 5-second mark of San Mao 1. It's something available on YouTube to anybody. Just go on there and look. Just type, if you don't want to use my link, just type in San Mao, which is SANMAO, and San Mao 1. Okay, it'll come up. And here I go. Okay. So, word today is ear. So I'm just going to say that I'm going to say ear every time. Okay. So you're going to be, for training purposes, to get used to the ear tuning syllables, how they go. You're going to be listening to me saying ear over and over again and trying to follow the ear tuning to tone marks, which are conveniently located in the description of the video, which is number 41, actually. So, well, you're going to have to copy these somewhere, probably, whatever, some kind of software. You just write them down if you have to, because you're actually watching when you're doing the ear tuning to tone marks. You'll be listening to San Mao 1 on YouTube. Okay, this is right at the 5-second mark. Okay, ear. I'm gonna exaggerate the first time. Ear, 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 ear. Yeah, mess that one up. Ear, 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 ear. Okay. Okay. I'm going to say them one more time. And this time, I'm not going to exaggerate them. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of tough for me to do this. But can I do it? Ear, 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 ear. Okay, so I'm going slow. You can follow, you can loop this all you want and try to follow these ear tuning syllables all you want, get used to them, but you're not going to get an ear for Mandarin doing this. This is just getting used to it. You need to be listening to the Mandarin speaker and trying your best to follow these syllables, which you'll be able to do pretty soon. And the more you're able to follow them, the more better. Once you can follow them really well, they'll do more good than ever to get you attuned into the Mandarin speaker's tones. Okay. And I've decided not to put anything up today beyond the tone marks. I'll wait a couple weeks, hoping that some people will be using these tone marks, and in a couple weeks I'll get around to putting the rest of the ear tuning syllable and have you fully ear tune into the whole Mandarin speech, and then I'm going to add in the opinion and give you some time there. Then I'll add in the symbols and etc. There's more to it. You can add in the symbols by words, the symbols by phrases. So what you're gonna have when you do a session of learning Mandarin, you'll have the whole thing right in front of you, top to bottom. First row will be the ear tuning syllables, and then the next row will be the the ear tuning tone marks, and then the ear tuning syllables, and then the pinyin, and then the individual symbols, and then the symbols by words, and then the symbols by phrases, and then the whole sentence. So just in one spot, you will do all that, all the drills you're supposed to go through. Okay? Bye.